Morning, everybody. It's a nice day out here. In that video that I filmed the other day with the rain, my iPhone, I had a little crack in the back of it I didn't know about, and so it flooded and screen got all ruined, and so I had to it was a truck, and so I had to get a new iPhone. So this is mailing the other one back. Yeah, awesome rain. I didn't know that crack was in the back of it. So today we've got weather coming in a couple of days, and so today I'm going to try to get ahead of finishing the repair on the front of the boat, and possibly the sides too. You know, to do that, I've got to source some plywood. So I'm going to go down to a local hardware store here and talk to them about it and see what they think will be best. Hopefully they're open. I don't know if they're open or not. Hopefully they are. But I'm going to go see what they have as far as plywood, and then kind of, you know, get ready. So maybe we can get it done. Today's Friday. Maybe we can get that finished by Sunday. We'll see. So let's run down to the hardware store. I also remembered as I was looking back over some things that one of my also favorite, and probably the channel that I learned the most from about, I don't know if I'm any good at making these things or not, but where I learned most about it, or kind of developed my style a little bit, is from SV Delos, Sailing Vessel Delos. And those guys have been doing it for 10 years and are amazing. They're great filmmakers, they're great editors, they're great at putting it all together. They have a really neat sailboat called Delos, and they travel all over the world. They had Brian and his brother were on there for basically the first 10 years, and then Brian got married to Karen and they had a baby, and so now Brady, who's Brian's brother, and Blue are in Colorado, or at least they were at last I knew about, kind of doing their own thing and letting Brian and Karen Kaza, letting them, they were back on Delos with Sierra, the little baby, and they they're starting their new life down there together on Delos, and they're really neat. I truly enjoy their videos. And then one more that I watch every time it comes out is Tula's Endless Summer, and that is Billy and Sierra is her name too, and they have had a succession of boats. Tula was the first one, but they just kept the name of the channel. But now they're on a catamaran called Adrenaline, and they have a dog named Jetty, and they go sailing all over the place, and it's pretty neat. Both of those channels do a great job of blending kind of the day-to-day adventure type stuff that they do, and the pretty sights that they see and places they go, with awesome technical information. Like with Delos, you can really find out a lot about great marine gear. He's probably got some of the best battery information, for example, and how they set up their house bank of batteries. And so there's really fantastic technical information on both of those. Billy does a great job of showing you a lot about day-to-day repair kind of stuff, and how they do things. Billy is great at figuring out how to get stuff done, and so he does a good job of putting stuff out there. Plus, Billy's really good at recreational stuff. He's an unbelievable kiteboarder and surfer, and and so is Sierra, for that matter. And so they do a good job of talking about their, you know, their equipment and things like that. So both of those channels are worth watching for sure. And you should check them out. Well, here we are down at the hardware store. Let's see what we can find out in here. This place is awesome. Let's see what I can find here.
Brent's having flashbacks or flash forward. We're not sure whether they're flash.
Okay. I'm gonna walk back here to the lumber yard, I think. This place goes way on back here. They got a lot of stuff here. Let's see if we can figure out what we need. I need some plywood. Too thick. Getting closer. This is closer to what I need here. That's like a press board though. Tile backer. This thick stuff there. Moisture resistant.
We come back, and there's the toilet on the cast iron pipe, there's the tub, floor and all that. Didn't think about taking that stuff out before you did that. The toilet sitting on the cast.
That would probably do it right there. 3/8.
He said, well, we could still use it.
Or even 7/16.
What you hunting?
How you doing, guys? You wouldn't mind being on film?
Interview Brent.
Hey, I'm Matt Sly. I'm captain of the String of Pearls charter boat, and we are doing a refit on that boat. And right now, I'm replacing on the pilot house. We've got some a bunch of wood that had rotted over time, and so ripping all that off and about to put new plywood back up there. So I'm going to be putting fiberglass over the top of it, but so it doesn't have to be real thick. But it does probably, it would help if it is a little bit water resistant. What do you got in mind for me?
Know what you need.
Awesome, let's go see. What's your name?
Bill Strother.
Hey Bill, I thought that was you. I'm Matt Sly, it's good to see you. Yes, I know you're not supposed to shake hands, but he was such a prince of a guy that I felt like he needed a handshake. It's his name on the door, folks. That's usually the people that you want to talk to.
You need AC.
Right. What's AC stand for?
A side.
Yep.
That's the good side.
Right.
C side has a few little knots in it.
Got it. That's what we need,
Here's your plywood education.
All right, here's plywood education, guys, right from the horse's mouth.
This is called CD.
Okay.
So one side is bad and the other side's worse.
Okay.
But when for subflooring, roofing, you don't care what it looks like, that's what you need.
Right.
But you need AC because it's waterproof.
Awesome. That's exactly what I need. Is AC.
Here's another education.
Yes, sir.
Marine plywood, which is what you don't need.
Right.
The only difference is the wood's the same, the glue's the same in marine plywood, but you see that little void?
I do.
On marine plywood, there are none of those voids.
Okay.
But you don't care unless it's submerged.
Right.
And it's not.
It's not.
So you just need this because the marine plywood's going to make it cost about 4 times as much.
Right, so that's
what you
exactly what we need. Okay, and do we know how much this is per sheet?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay, well, we can find that out then. Because in my area, this is 4 by 8, right?
Right.
So I'll probably need 3 or 4 of these. Is what I'll need. That's what my guess is.
I'll give you a guess, which I'm no better than to do this, but I'm doing it anyway. $25.
Yeah, not bad. So for about $100, I should be able to get my plywood.
Yeah, as soon as we get inside, I'll tell you the price, and it might be more.
Oh, well, that'll
might
be
less.
That'll be okay. Either one. All right. Well, that's what I'm gonna want, and so yeah, let's go inside and we'll figure out how much it is.
All right.
So that was Bill Strother. He's the owner of Strother's Hardware. Prince of a guy, nice as he could be, super informative. I just learned a lot about plywood, which I didn't know about. So it's a little bit more than he said out there, but that's okay. He was pretty close. But I think 4 sheets is going to do it for us. So we are going to go and pay him and get our sheets of plywood together so that we can have that ready for when we come. AC means it's got one good side, one bad side. I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. I think that's what you get from dealing with local people, is you get an education. You meet the guy that owns the place and you can get an education. You can't get that nothing wrong with the big box stores, but you can't get that there. And I'm learning about this stuff. I didn't know anything about it. So I'm really grateful to Strother's Hardware. So if you're ever on St. Simon's, check them out. They're good folks. What Mr. Strother had to say, he said that plywood is waterproof. So it makes me think that I may not need a fiberglass over it. It made me think that maybe all I need to do is simply epoxy it, which I know will make it waterproof, and then tab it to make it where water can't get behind it, and then seal it to the aluminum, like Sikaflex or something like that. You know, maybe that's all I need to do instead of doing the extra step of fiberglassing. Something to think about. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Should I fiberglass the plywood? Let me know what you think. So I went and picked up Matthew. Say hi, Matthew.
What's up?
So that we could run back down to Strother's and pick up that plywood. We still have to decide on if we're going to fiberglass it or not. So we'll see. We'll see about that. But we're headed back down to Strother's to pick up that plywood. All right, we're back at Strother's, and we're going to grab 4 sheets of this 3/8 AC plywood. And he's going to move this truck out of the way. And you want me to pull ours over here?
Yes, sir, you can do that.
Yeah, and then Matthew, go grab that truck. We'll pull the truck over here and we'll load that stuff up. Hey, Matthew, back around. One of the most delightful things that I have found about doing this is that when I'm videoing and begin to talk to people, a lot of them really are interested in what I'm doing. As you'll see from this next little clip here, a lot of people really take very well to the camera, and I just love meeting people like this and getting to know them and listening to them talk. This next scene is great, I think. We've got a YouTube channel that we put these videos on, so Bill said it was okay if we film. Yeah, it's called String of Pearls Charter Boat, so you should check it out.
It's called String of Pearls?
String of Pearls.
String of Pearls?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. What kind of videos do you do?
Like this will be on there. You know, we're restoring it. Oh, look. So say hey to YouTube. We got a bunch.
What's going on, y'all? My name's the Brim. We're over here at JC Strother Company. We're over here loading some wood up, 3/8 AC. You know, just helping the customers out. You know, just working all day. It's hot, but you know, it's another day to get through it. We've been staying busy and everything, but this coronavirus is really not hurting us. You know, we're working hard still. We're staying busy and everything like this. You know how it is. But
well, that's perfect. So we're doing a restoration project, and so this wood is all going to go in the pallet house. It's all going to be wrapped around the front and keep the water out, keep it from sinking. So here we go. So let's load up 4 of those sheets and we'll go inside and pay them. Here we go. We'll get them loaded up. I really thought that was great. I thought he was just delightful on camera and super helpful, as you can see. He helped Matthew get this wood loaded up really quickly. And I have been really impressed with these guys. I think it really does pay to do business locally. If you can, we were glad to support their company and recommend anybody on St. Simon's go and shop there. They really helped us out.
you gotta get today, sir?
We just got to grab a couple of things inside, and then that'll be good. So we'll run in and pay them.
All right.
Thanks for your help, man. Appreciate you.
How do we do it?
Okay, so we're going to strap this this end down. Matthew's getting the strap. I liked how you had it going because then you'll be able to ratchet it right. You always want to ratchet where you can go up with it and pull it. All right, great. The sheets of plywood, they're all done, so that's good. Thanks for your help, Matthew. That was a good job. Got them all strapped down, and now we're just going to go run down to the boat and see about finishing up getting the surface prepped. Traffic situation here on the island riding around. Look, he's been fishing. Probably be a lot of fun to do. I wonder if he caught any fish.
Probably not.
Probably not? You don't think there's any fish in there?
No. Maybe.
I bet there's fish in there.
Some big mullet.
The tarp off. And now we're going to finish. Matthew's going to start getting all this cleaned up. And we're going to get this bottom strip off of here so that we can really see what's going on there. That's going to be a little bit of a project. And then we'll finish sanding all this area here. So right now we're going to get this bottom strip off of here. So we're starting to get the bottom off of this thing, and it looks like it is, I don't know, looks like there's some kind of fiberglass right here that they tried to do as some kind of patch. But we're going to keep on getting it off from around here. So this little bottom board down here turned out to be pretty tedious. They had tried to do a previous repair, and so there was a lot of fiberglass and epoxy and all kind of stuff in there. It's really tedious, and it was pretty good at wearing us out. It took a lot longer than we thought it was going to get this little section out, but we kept at it, and finally we were able to get it out of there pretty good. Like I said, this was pretty tedious through here. It was hard to get to, felt pretty awkward. So we'll just go fast through this little section. There's not a whole terrible lot to see. There is an old repair down here, and what we've got to do is we've got to cut this old repair out, and then we're going to come along after we get our plywood installed and into a new one. We may even do a tab underneath there. We might put some thickened epoxy in there and fill it, and then put fiberglass over that, so that we get a good. The main thing is we want a really good, solid junction between this and this, the deck, so that water that comes down just flows right off. That's what we're trying to do here. So we've gotten the bottom all cleaned up here, and I think I know what we're going to do, at least for now. I believe what we're going to do, since we're trying to get up and running for a couple of weeks, and obviously this is the worst section of all. This is what's allowing the water to come down in there. What we're going to do is tomorrow, I'm going to get down here early in the morning. Look, they're having so much fun. Can you hear them over there hooting and hollering? They're going out and having a big time. Ha! That's hysterical. Okay, so I'm going to mix up some thickened epoxy tomorrow and fill in all this stuff and let it set up. In other words, I'm going to try to, I'll get this out a little bit better, but then I'll put thickened epoxy all along this. Take these old screws out and put thickened epoxy all on this. And this is a flush edge here, so I'll sand that down a little bit better, and then I will, like I say, make all this back to where it's supposed to be, so that it'll take that board back when we're ready to go back with that board. I'll finish sanding this off and making this smooth, and then I will do the same thing down there along this bottom edge. Is I'll put thickened epoxy all in there, making a good solid fillet, I think is what it's called, down there. Then I'll sand that down. We'll come back in with a fiberglass tabbing along the bottom there, and along the top we'll try to put some kind of fiberglass sheet or something on there to make that seam watertight, and then we'll get ready to finish up and reinstall our plywood. So that's what the plan is for tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. That weather's not coming in until Sunday, so I've got tomorrow that I can get that done. So wish me luck. See you tomorrow. Bye. Yeah, he's unbelievable. Well, so that's going to wrap it up again for today. But I wanted to thank Matthew for coming down and helping me. Thanks, Matthew.
Sure.
He is really good help and does a good job. So, see you tomorrow.